Hey friends, I hope you had a fantastic week. We are actually doing a super informal podcast today because I just feel like there are some things that we need to talk about. I am not sure if any of you have seen that there is a teacher roller coaster. It's specifically for first year teachers. I was introduced to it during my first year of teaching, but this is something that all teachers kind of go through. And on this roller coaster, it has a timeline on the bottom, August through July, kind of thinking about the school year in general. And at the top of August, it is this person starting the roller coaster, and this person starts at anticipation. And then the roller coaster gets going into September, and they start going through this survival mode phase. And then they get to October, November, and they're in this disillusionment phase. And that was totally me. It was me my first couple years of teaching. And I have a feeling that there's a couple of teachers out there right now that are also going through this. I've been talking to teachers. I was actually in a building this week subbing for one of my own colleagues, which that's a completely different story for another day, but it was the best day. But I just want you to know, like, these teachers were saying the same thing. This year is hard. This year has so many challenges. The students are struggling academically. The students are struggling emotionally. The students aren't quite where they were maturity wise as they were in prior years. So there's a lot going on right now. And on this roller coaster, many teachers are sitting here in this disillusionment phase. And I want you to know that you are absolutely not alone.
Welcome to the North Dakota Teaching Podcast. Whether you're a first-year teacher, veteran teacher, or just a mom trying to gain some new insights, you are right where you are meant to be. Kayla Durkin, founder of the Blossoming Teacher course, is passionate about helping new teachers blossom into the teacher they were born to be. Kayla wants to help inspire teachers to be their best self, whether that means sharing about personal or professional development, self-care, or the latest and most effective teaching strategies. Through this podcast, you will hear from real teachers sharing their stories about teaching, all with one main goal in mind: to be able to make an impact and help other teachers blossom. And with that, here is your host, Kayla Durkin.
Today's podcast goes out to the tired teacher, the overwhelmed teacher, the I don't know how much longer I can do this teacher, the teachers who are struggling day by day and just truly don't know what they are going to do next. So I always want you to know that I try to keep things positive, but I also know that there's this thing called reality. October is a hard month. November is a hard month. That's the reality. For me, as a first and second year teacher, I always said, if I can just make it to fall break, I know that everything is going to be okay. September, October, November, these are really busy months. We're finishing up our first quarter or our first trimester, trying to get all of our grades entered, trying to get the grade book finalized and up to date. We're trying to prepare for homecoming. We're preparing for conferences. We have so many different things going on, and it's just a lot. The meetings are stacking up. The events are stacking up. There are so many responsibilities that we feel we need to take on. Our plate just keeps getting filled and filled and filled, and we're getting overwhelmed. We are getting into that survival and disillusionment phase. So I want you to know that it's okay to need a break. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to love your job more than anything, but to still need and want a day off. You need to put your needs first. As teachers, we have such a high standard for ourselves, and our administration also has super high standards for us as well. We feel guilty when we are gone, and sometimes that's because we know that our students need us. Other times we feel guilty because of the emphasis that's being put on teachers needing to be there, whether it's because there are sub shortages, different things going on in the building, whatever it is. But I want you to know you need to take that break when you need the break, because if you don't take that break, you are going to break. I know that's a lot of breaks in one sentence, but I want you to hear me when I say, if you need a mental health day, you need to take that mental health day. especially for the teachers out there who do not have a fall break. If you are not able to go into the classroom and give your students everything they need because you are not mentally there, you are not the teacher who your students need you to be, then you need to take a step back. You need to take some time for you and you need to recenter yourself. I am a big John Gordon fan, and John Gordon talks about how you wouldn't go to school sick if you had the flu. You wouldn't go to school sick if you had COVID. You wouldn't go to school sick if there were things going on that someone else could catch. But just like that, you shouldn't go to school sick when you maybe don't look sick, but you're not well. Just like our students have so many needs, we have needs too, and we need to take time to make sure that we are giving our body, giving our mind, giving our spirit everything that it needs. So if you need to take time off so you can go to a counselor or so you can see a therapist, or maybe you need to take time off so that you can catch up on some sleep because you've been burning the candle at both ends for so long. I hope you all know right now, I'm not saying just take a day off whenever you want to take a day off, but if you need to take time for you because all of this is just too much to handle, please, please, please put yourself first so that you can continue to put your students first and take time for you. So now I have just a little bit of an exercise that I want you to do with me here. You can do it right now. You can do it again later if you're feeling overwhelmed. But what I want you to do is just stop what you're doing, remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, take a few deep breaths, and recenter yourself. We keep so much stress and tension in our necks, in our jaw, in our mouth, in our shoulders all day long. And sometimes we need to remind ourselves to let it all go. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, take a deep breath and let it go. Just let it go, let it fall to the side, and take some time to recenter yourself and to remind yourself why you do what you do, why you wake up every single morning, why you spend extra hours planning and organizing and doing things for your students. Remind yourself why you do what you do so that you can find that passion and that purpose and that drive and that encouragement in yourself to keep going every single day. I know right now is hard. I know this school year is so challenging. There are so many things that teachers never expected they'd go through, but you're resilient. I know you're going to make it through this season. When we continue to look at our roller coaster, after we make it through the holidays, that disillusionment phase, January, March, April, May, they're coming. We get to go up on that roller coaster into the rejuvenation phase, into the reflection phase, and then into the anticipation phase for next year. Now, I know you probably think I'm crazy. You probably think, I'm not even going to make it to next year, Kayla. What are you talking about? I promise you, you will make it, but you're not going to make it if you do not take time to put yourself first. So if the season that you are going through right now is heavy, if you are stressed, if you have just so much going on that you don't even know what to do, first things first, stop and take some time for you. Now, I know I've done some other podcasts where I have you do a brain dump, and that's another great thing that you could do right now. If you have 10 million things floating around in your brain, take some time to find a paper or use the notes app on your phone and jot down every single thing that's going on in your mind right now. From there, take that list and sort through it. What things actually matter? What things actually need to be done? What needs to be done first? What can kind of get set to the side? There are going to be things on your list from lesson planning, curriculum mapping, doing your grades, getting all the work done that you have to get done. But there's also going to be personal things on your list, going in for that haircut because we've been in school for a couple months now and your hair is getting out of control, scheduling that dentist appointment, cleaning out a closet, flipping your wardrobe from your summer clothes to your fall clothes. There are going to be things from your professional life and your personal life on this list. And I want you to take time to sort through them and figure out which ones need to be done and which ones really don't matter. Which ones are just kind of a waste of time. I know we all have things in our mind that we feel like we have to do, but they're actually a waste of time. So I want you to think to yourself too, when you're lesson planning, when you're getting things ready at school, what things actually matter or what things are just busy work that's consuming your time and that you do not need to do. I think we can probably all agree that we have spent our prep time feeling like we're doing something productive when actually we're not doing anything productive at all. So begin to think about those things too. Now, when you look at your list, when you're sorting through it, set some priorities for yourself. I really like the 3 priority rule. If you set 3 priorities for yourself every single day, these are the 3 things that no matter what, if I get these 3 things done, then I'm going to know my day is productive. That might help you as well. For me, a big one is making my bed. If I make my bed every single day, I know right there from the beginning, I have started my day doing something that is productive and something that's going to make me feel better later. Next week on the podcast, I'm actually going to dive into breaking down how you can sort through your to do list, how you can figure out what days you can get things done, how you can start batching work so that you don't have to spend every single day trying to do every single thing. So stay tuned for that next week. But for now, this is where we're going to end things. Just know that I am here for you. I am thinking about you every single day. For those of you who are religious, I am here praying for you, praying that you make it through this hard season, praying that you know that you have an extreme purpose. I'm praying for your well being. I am praying that you do not feel like you're in survival mode or disillusionment mode much longer. I am here praying that you continue to wake up and feel your purpose and your passion every single day, and that you're able to remember why you became a teacher in the first place. I'm praying for the students who are in your classroom, those students who are maybe just a little bit more challenging, those students who ask for love in the most unloving ways. I am praying for all aspects of your school year. I'm praying for you to find systems and routines that work for you. I'm praying for you to be able to put yourself first and find healthy habits that are going to help you stay healthy, especially through this holiday season when some of our healthier habits and routines start to fall to the wayside. I am praying for you in all aspects of your life as the person you are, because sometimes we forget you are a human first and a teacher second. So as we conclude today, think about the things that make you you. Think about the things that are going to fill your bucket. Think about the things that are going to give you some energy and get your passion and your purpose back. I don't want you to be in this disillusionment stage, but if that's where you are, although I don't wish it upon any of you, I just want you to know that you are absolutely not alone. There are teachers all around the country feeling the same way. This roller coaster was presented to me in 2015 when I became a teacher, and it's still just as relevant now as it was back then. If you're on my email list, I'm definitely going to email this out so you can see the picture as well. If you need anything at all, my inbox is always open. Always, always, always open. Send me a message, send me a voice message, whatever you want to do, and know that I am here for you every step of the way. You are absolutely not alone, and you are stronger and more capable than you know.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the North Dakota Teaching Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. We really appreciate that effort. Be sure to tune in to the next episode for more teaching tips to make an impact. Until next time.